Enough to knock me out, but I'm still holding the throne. You'll never know till it's over. So pretty it hurts, just beware of the thorns.
Oh, YouTube. I'm here in the park in Bolivar. I think it's called Dunnagan Park or something like that. And figured I'd do a video here. I want to talk about rehabilitation. So, and if it works. So if you're new, subscribe. If you like prison content, like and share this. All right, let's get into it. The other day I watched a show with a bunch of correctional officers, and they were talking about how the programs work if the prisoners want to take them. They said inmates, but I don't use that word. But I would say they don't, at least not in Missouri. And then the higher level prisons. I mean, you have the dog program, which is probably the best program because I've seen people change through the dog program. They get a dog and they train it, and it just changes them altogether. But you got these programs that do nothing. I went to one of these programs, and it was probably a month long, a couple times each week. And I forget the name of it, Pathway to Change or something like that. But the facilitator one day asked us, what would we do if we walked into our house? You know, we was free. We walked into our house and a loved one was being hurt. You know, they was talking about a female. Like your mother, your girlfriend, your wife, your sister, somebody like that. We all said we would stop it. We put a stop to it, and we all failed. He said the correct response was to call the police. Now, I grew up on a farm that was like 20 miles from the nearest police station. So I'm supposed to wait till the police get there. Do nothing till the police get there. Even where I live now, it's good. The next town is like 5 miles away. And it would take them a few minutes to get there. By then, that person, and even me, could be dead. You know? So I've never seen much from these programs. I don't care what these officers are out here telling people. It's maybe in their states it works. Maybe they got good rehabilitation programs, but I haven't seen any in Missouri. Now, when I did get to a lower level prison, they have, I went to Algoa, and they had automotive technology, you know, and I took it just to keep up on, you know, kind of get brought up to speed on some of the modern technology in the vehicles. A friend of mine, his level got dropped, and he went to Cameron, and he took welding. So the lower levels, there is skills that can be learned, that can be useful on the outside. But even the automotive class, it was supposed to be a 9-month program. They'd shorten it to 3. So we didn't even get the full, what do you call it, the points and credits or whatever it is. We didn't get all that. He said we could finish it once we got out. But my friend that went to Cameron, he became a tutor after he took the welding class. He became a tutor and he taught welding, you know, helped the them teach others that was coming in taking the class. So at least in the lower levels, there is a skill that you can learn. And it's not just welding and automotive. There's other things too. I think in Algoa, they also had web design, designing websites. But as far as rehabilitation and changing people's thinking, it's almost non-existent, especially in the higher level prisons. That's my opinion. I mean, they got programs, but they do not really work. I think they need to introduce better programs. I think they also need to teach skills like the ones I was talking about, and not just in the lower levels, but in the higher levels. Because you got somebody that went to prison at a young age, don't have no work skills, does several years in prison, gets out, and he has no skills. You say, well, they drop the levels before they get out and they go to a lower level prison where there is skills. Well, that's true, but a lot of times there's a waiting list. I was just lucky I got into the automotive thing, and that's probably only because it was a 3-month thing. But there's a waiting list, and it's sometimes you might not have that chance to take the program. Like the web design, there was a big waiting list on that. People waiting to get in it. So they need to start in the higher levels, not just with programs for rehabilitation, but teaching of skills, job skills that people can use once they get out. Because these little month-long programs, like the one I was telling you about, I took, and it was like a couple times a week, if I remember correctly, 2 or 3 times a week for like 4 weeks. So that's a total of what? 8, maybe 12 classes, that I went to. And we failed that one. Like I said, everybody failed. And he tried telling us that he would have, we said, would you call the cops, the police? And he said he would. It doesn't work. Maybe if you're like right next to a police station or something, but I can't see, if you're a ways away, I can't see anybody really just letting this continue while you call the police. Anybody with any type of love for their family members or their loved ones is not just going to let it happen while they call the police. The police are not even going to do that. Retired officers are not going to do that. Guarantee you. They're going to try to stop it. And I know they say if you're a cashier at a store, don't, when they try to rob a place, don't try to stop it or thwart it or anything like that. That's different. But when you walk into your house and something as bad is happening to a loved one, it doesn't happen to be a woman, it could be a man or a boy or anything, a child. You're going to try to stop it. Anybody with any decency, I believe, is going to try to stop it. So, that's all I got for you today. And I'd like to know you guys' thoughts on this. Comment on it. Tell me what you think. Or even tell me what you think the D.O.C. should do. Because these are ideals that we could at least try to give them, maybe they probably won't listen to us, but maybe we can tell them a little bit, you never know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.